Good evening. Can you listen? Hello. Good evening. Can you listen? Hello. Okay. 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 Right. Okay. So let's wait. 2 minutes more, 3 minutes more, in order to see if there is any other person to enter. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, teacher.
Okay, good evening, everybody. How many people do we have? Let me see. Okay.
Good evening, teacher.
One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. 7 people. Okay. So the idea today is that we are going to share a little bit about the the workshop. Remember? So before starting, I would like to know if you have any question about last class's topic. Do you remember what we studied last class?
Yes, teacher, about semantics and pragmatics.
Very good. But we analyze some characteristics as well and some things, special things. Sentence,
Utterance and
utterance,
propositions.
and propositions.
And propositions, yes.
Propositions. Very good. Okay. So to make a review, what is an utterance? What is a sentence? And what is a proposition?
An utterance is something that someone says, and in the utterance the utterance contains sentence and preposition. Yes or no?
Okay, but what is the
That
difference between sentence and proposition?
Sentence
may I?
writing and I use example.
Proposition is an statement,
Oh,
isn't it?
What do you mean with that statement?
maybe the proposition maybe is a sentence or a statement that could be true or false, and a sentence is just like an idea that is organized with a purpose. And but maybe the sentence could be only written because if it is spoken, it would be an
Mm,
utterance, the same
no,
that.
but yes, but we cannot confuse or we cannot say that an utterance is not a sentence. Okay, because an utterance has a
No,
sentence.
yes,
Or
So
we
maybe,
cannot. Oh, yes.
maybe
yeah,
it
yeah,
could
we
be
have the. I
an
mean, I have the.
expression.
Sorry, Flor, I couldn't listen.
Maybe it is only an expression, like good day or like good morning, not exactly a sentence.
What example did you give?
Good morning, for example, or yes, or goodbye.
Okay. Okay, so I
Only
have to
something
check.
that have a code.
I have to check something with you before then. Mm, okay, I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so we said good morning, or you said goodbye. Okay.
Or
Mm,
yes.
or yes. Okay. Mm-hmm. What kind of? Okay, what is this? How do you call it?
Utterance?
Utterance.
Propositions.
No,
No, they're not
utterance.
Ah,
propositions.
utterance. Utterance.
Be
A utterance.
Utterance.
Mhm.
Okay, is a
Examples
uter
of
is a
utterance.
is an utterance when you say that.
Uh-huh.
Only in
Okay.
speak, no right?
Yes. When you say that, it is a sentence as well. I mean, this is a sentence because this has a complete meaning, right? And it is transmitting a meaning. Yes.
So
The
if it has a meaning, it's a sentence, right?
yes, it has a meaning,
All right.
right? And everything, yeah, because remember, according to the syntax, remember that we
Yes.
have noun phrase plus verbal phrase, and usually this is a sentence. More than two phrases, are sentences. Like for example, give me an example. I don't know, like Heido works at night. Yeah. If we say that this is syntax, remember that this one is this part, and this one is the other part. I mean, this combination of two different phrases, because this is a phrase and this is another, what we have here is, as a result, is a sentence, right? It's something that has a meaning and it has sense. However, when you say that, and when you is a yes, you use this sentence on a speech, it becomes an utterance, but it is still a sentence. Yeah, because it has a meaning.
All right,
And
sorry, teacher, to interrupt you. May I ask a question?
what?
So everything that has meaning is a sentence?
What do you mean with everything?
Yeah, because maybe we don't have an action when we say like good morning or goodbye because we don't have like uh, a subject or like the normal structure that we use in a normal sentence.
In
But
syntax, it cannot be a sentence, but
all right,
in semantics, it is a
yes,
sentence because it has a meaning.
all right. But so if it has a meaning, at least uh, doesn't matter the syntax, it is a meaning. So in
Hmm.
semantics, right?
Mm, I cannot say that it doesn't matter the syntax because okay, but okay. I understand what you mean. In this case, for example, that you don't have an NP or VP, you just have good morning. But this implication or the implication of this sentence contains a meaning in itself, right? And it constitutes a sentence in here, right? It constituted a sentence. But this is not a proposition. However, this one could be a proposition, right? Why? Because I can say that this is true or it is false. Yep, this could be true or false. Do you understand?
Yes, I do. Thank you, teacher.
Okay, but this one is not a proposition. You cannot say true or false, but it is a sentence. Yep. So
In
this
semantics or in syntax.
we are talking about semantics. Yep.
Okay.
Here, this one is a sentence, a proposition, and when you express that orally, it becomes an utterance. Yeah, so it could be the three things at the same time. Yep. Can you please give me another example? Make up another example.
For a sentence?
Yep.
For a utterance. Ah, okay.
Utterance is whatever you say.
Maybe the expression hi. What is that? Hi is a uterus, I suppose.
Who is speaking?
But if you use in the same at the same time,
Liliana?
Flor de Lis said hi.
Flor. Okay. Flor, everything that you say is an utterance. It doesn't matter what. Yeah?
Oh,
For
okay.
example, okay, imagine.
How's it going? Could be.
Yes, could be, could be. For
Okay.
example, let's see here. Let's put a cartoon. A cartoon, whatever cartoon. Let's see. No one with with something that they say. If they don't say anything, it's wordless. Okay, let's see this one. Yeah. So pay attention in
yeah.
here. This person is saying something. He's saying waiter, there's a franking credit in my suppers, right? When he says this, it is the utterance. This itself is a sentence. And when he says this one, keep it down, sir, or everybody will want one. So it is an utterance what
And you
he
just
is saying. Anything that you say is an utterance. Anything that you said.
Okay.
And this is a sentence. In itself, the utterance can contain a sentence. Yes, because your utterance could be also, I don't know, whatever you say. Yep. So, is it clearer or is, I don't know, because I
It's
am
clear,
trying to,
teacher.
yes, it's clear. Okay, so
I
Yes.
don't know. I'm not
Yes,
sure. I
teacher.
think that more exercise.
more
And
exercise.
teacher,
Teacher,
and
maybe. Sorry,
Another example.
I'm Wilson. Teacher, I don't know if you can, for example, share with us an example, but with the sentence and proposition, because I understand utterance. I think I got it, but I don't know if it's possible you to explain something with the or give us an example when it's a preposition but it is in a sentence or something like
No,
that.
every proposition is a sentence, but
Okay,
not every
that's
sentence is a proposition.
okay.
That is the relation.
the proposition is when you have the opportunity to choose true or false.
Yeah. So
Okay, yeah.
it is similar to. I don't remember if you took that class in mathematics when you said that a
Yes, always
proposition,
yes.
yes, that a proposition is false, a proposition is false, and another proposition is false. So the result of those two propositions is false. If a proposition is false and another proposition is true, the result of the proposition is false. Yes? Do you do those kind of exercises in mathematics?
Yes.
Sure. Let me see. I am looking for one. I am looking for one. My goodness. Okay. Mm, Imagine something like this. Oh, sorry. Mm, yeah. So pay attention to this. If I write this one in a different color, what can you say each one of these are? This is a sentence, and this is another sentence.
Proposition.
Yes, it is a sentence and another sentence, but they two are two different propositions, right? Imagine that this one, the first one, is the proposition P, and the second one is the proposition that is here, that's Q. So we can establish relationship between propositions. For example, in mathematics and in semantics, we can say if P,
It's true.
now pay attention to this relation. if P, let me see where it is. There, the forms. Oh, I'm lost. Se me perdieron las imágenes. I forgot.
In the
No, here. Yes. Yeah,
different
yeah, yeah.
forms.
Then Q. This is complicated to use this one, right? When we have here is that if P, then Q. So it means that Q only can happen or can happens if P happens. Do you understand? This is like a semantic relationship.
Is a consequence?
Yes, this is a consequence, but this consequence only can exist if this first one happens. Yeah? So
Mm,
P and Q are called premises, and the result could be the conclusion. So if it happens, it happens, right? So this is one of the relationships that we can establish um, with semantics, right? But we can establish other kind of relationships here. Hmm. Then pay attention to this one, right? So we have here one proposition and another proposition. These are two different propositions. Yeah.
Yeah.
Other experiments.
So it is the same premise here. Q, no, it is on the contrary. It is Q,
Is the first.
yes, is first. Is the consequence of this. This one is the consequence of the first one.
Consequence
So
of
the
the second.
relationship is different. But this proposition is true only if the second proposition is true. If the second proposition is false, the first proposition is
False.
proposition, sorry, is false. You see, it's like mathematics, but this is kind of semantics as well, right? So what we do with propositions is to establish the relationships between the sentences or other propositions, right? We can establish those relationships. Yep. So why is this useful?
Yes.
Because you can determine, for example, mm, you can determine when you are writing, if you pay attention to the relationship that a proposition has with the other proposition, you can determine the kind of linking word that you are going to use in that text, for example, right? Yeah.
Right.
Let me give an example of a linking word. This is a linking word. Or this is an expression to join two words, two propositions. Yep. Can you please link or create two propositions in order to use this one?
In order to use that part of the
This,
sentence?
yes, this linking word,
Okay.
this one. Try to think two propositions to use this, and what is the kind of relationship that we need.
Well, I would say maybe we don't have money, on the other hand, we may save money for the December gifts.
Okay, let me see. So you have we don't have money, and the other proposition is
Well, we may use another preposition, or you're saying that we have to use the same preposition on the other hand.
is the
We
same.
don't have one.
It's the
It's
same,
the same.
Marley.
So
Yes.
we don't have. We'll say we don't have money. On the other hand, we may save money for December gifts.
We what? Sorry,
We may.
mate.
Yeah. No, we may. May.
Okay, okay,
I'm sorry.
okay.
M-A-Y. Yeah. I'm sorry. We may.
We may what?
We may save money for December gifts.
Okay, this way, right?
Yeah, teacher.
Okay. Are you sure that you can use on the other hand?
No, it would be weird. But maybe I would use but on that way, but I don't know how to
Or
connect two
however?
ideas with on the other hand, because maybe on the
Or
other hand it's
Hmm.
like
We don't have
a
money.
word that we
However, no.
Yes.
connect
However,
like two different ideas, but
We
when
don't
they are
have
from two
money
different
for
countries.
December.
What is the relationship that is established in these two propositions? Because they are propositions. We don't have money. It could be true or false. And we may save money for December gifts. It could be true or false as well.
True.
Right? Could be true or false.
Yeah.
But what is the relationship that we can establish in these two for these two propositions? What is the
I don't
kind
know
of
how to
relation?
say, but that this is like a contrast. I mean that something is not happening,
I
but
think that first, the second one is a consequence. No, the first one, the second one is a consequence.
Not necessarily. It is not a consequence.
Let me say
Because a consequence could be, for example, we don't have money. What could be the consequence? I cannot pay my bills, for example. Yes, that
or
could be a consequence.
I can
excuse me,
buy a
excuse me,
December for
teacher.
December gift.
Mhm.
Excuse me, teacher. Can I say something?
Yeah.
There is a lot of noise. Maybe some partners can mute the
yes, teacher.
microphone, so
Mm.
We're
we
hearing
can
many,
listen it.
a lot of noise.
Yes, a lot of noise.
Could you please mute your microphones, all your microphones, and let's see if it is from here.
Yes, better. Thanks.
Sandra, Milena, could you please mute your microphone? Ah, okay, it is mute. Do you listen the same noise?
A
Yes,
little
teacher.
bit.
Okay, maybe it's because I am using my laptop. And here I am in my office, and here there are many people talking and talking. I don't know why they are talking at this time.
Ah, okay.
Sorry for that. I am going to try to be brief then. Okay. Okay, I don't want to complicate to make you complicated with this because this is not the topic of today, but more or less what we have done here is establishing the relationships that two propositions could have. In this case, it could be, as Arley said, a contrast. Okay. When we use, for example, on the other hand, it is another kind of contrast. It is a contrast, but it is another kind of contrast. right? So for example, we can say, hmm, can
Teacher,
say,
teacher, well,
yep,
excuse me, teacher, well, I don't know, I'm not sure, but I suppose that maybe using the sentences with the partner, we don't have money. On the other hand, we don't have work or
no,
job.
because it is the same.
Ah, okay.
Yes.
Yes, we can use this idea, for example. On one hand, I am a good writer. On the other hand, and you see the contrast. Let me see. On one hand, I am a good writer. On the other hand, I am a bad listener. You see the contrast? Can you see what happens here?
Yes.
What is doing here is that I am describing something, and in the same level of description, I am doing an opposition,
Mm-hmm.
right? What we can do here, for example, I don't have money. On the other hand, I am plenty of love. You see the opposition? Yes? To have money and to have love.
Yes.
Yeah? So this, on the other hand, establishes this relationship semantically.
So always, teacher, always has to be an opposition
On the other hand,
in the
yes,
contrast.
yes, it is a contrast. Yeah. On the other hand, always is a
Okay.
contrast. But the contrast is this
Okay.
kind of contrast. Because the other contrasts that are like proposed, we may say for December gifts, is another kind of contrast. So the semantic relation was different in here, right? Yeah, it is not in the same level because the meaning of the sentences are not the same or are not in the same level. In this case, we have money or have love. Yep. But in this other opposition was different. So this is something, okay, I am trying to explain this just to show you why semantics is useful, right? And it is not only useful, as I mentioned last time, it is not only useful because oh, we don't need to think on semantics to use it for explaining semantic topics, but for explaining construction of meaning, right? And that everything has sense. For that reason, what the semantic does is to establishing or to study the sense and the meaning. Meaning and sense, that they are two different things. And reference. Meaning, sense, and reference. There are three things that we have to focus on when we study semantics. And that we can implement or we can adapt that for our classes. We can use these three things in our classes in order to teach our students not about semantics, but how to use correctly each one of the things that we are teaching, right? Yep. Is it clear? Okay.
Yes, teacher.
Okay. This was like the review, but my question was, and the homework was that you had to. Let me enter here. Sorry, because I was in the other computer on the other computer. Okay. The noise is still. I mean, can you still listening to the noise?
Oh, teacher,
No,
no,
teacher.
better.
No, not in this moment. Thank you.
Okay. Let me see. Yes, everybody left. That was. I am
Right.
alone. I am alone now.
Thanks God.
I found the source of the noise. You see? Okay. My colleagues. Okay. My question was about this. The homework or part of the task
How
that you
to
had was to enter to this workshop and open it and read it. Yeah, because the idea was to start exploring the main concepts that you have or that you are going to find in here. Do you have any question? Did you do the homework?
I'm trying to do it.
Not to solve the text. Okay, my question or the purpose was not to solve the text. The purpose was to find something that makes you wonder about what is this. Yeah, do you understand? Do you find something? Did you do it or not?
Not complete, teacher. I saw the videos and I
Okay,
read something
okay,
about the difference between reference and sense,
okay.
but it was a little confused.
Confusing,
Confusing,
confusing.
yes.
Okay. Pay attention to something. I am a little freak. You know? You understand what is freak? Yes.
Yes, teacher.
No.
I am very weird.
Well,
And
weirdo.
I am a freak controller. And okay, I'm going to ask you something, Flor de Lis. Semantically, because we are talking about semantics. What is the difference between see and watch?
Watch
What
is
is
used for screens, I think. I
I think
watch
that
okay?
TV, I watch the screen, I watch movies. So see is in order to watch another things in informal
You're
format.
really?
I think that wash is when you need to concentrate
And you need to
in
focus.
something, and see is when
Something
you
is moving.
don't care about it.
Something is what?
Yes.
Sorry?
When you see, you can pay attention in that thing. Just see quickly. But wash is when you need to concentrate in the activity, in the all the time you use in a movie, in a TV program, something like that.
I'm going to tell you something. The two sentences are correct, but what is the difference?
The difference is the usage. That, for example, watch. It's more common to say you watch movies than you see movies, even though both are true. When you say you see movie, you see what happens, and like the other classman says, when you watch, you pay attention. But both are technically correct because the action is occurring, it's taking
Very
place.
good. But what you were saying is true. And pay attention here.
It's the context.
This is the difference. When you go to the cinema, you say see. And when you do that on TV, you say watch. Francisco said something that it is like for screens because you have to focus your attention on the screen. But when you see a movie, the wide or the vision or the field of vision is wider, right? So when you go to the cinema, you use the verb see, and when you do that on TV you use the verb what. Yes, as you can see, this problem, or as Giancarlo said, it is contextual. Yep, this is semantics as well. This has an implication, a semantic implication, because the meaning of see and the meaning of watch is different. So this is a semantic implication as well, right? I wanted just to say, Flor de Lis, that you don't see videos, you watch videos because it is on your screen, on your computer. Okay?
Okay, so I watched. No, I
Yes.
watched a video.
I watch, yes, the
Okay,
videos.
okay, teacher.
When you say
Thank
see, it's like wider. Yeah, but this is a semantic. Okay, this is an example for semantics. See, another example that you can use in the class without saying that this is semantics. Okay, now, let me see here. Pay attention to this. We are going to analyze the workshop. Only the questions. I'm not going to give you the answers, but we are going to work on the questions. Yes, and the topics. Here, the number one. What calls your attention?
The first one, every of them are women. His daughter, sister,
Okay,
no woman, girl,
right.
are female.
But what is a semantic feature
The
or
gender.
property?
No, I don't know.
I am not talking about this example. Okay, Francisco, I am not trying to solve anything. But what is a
Okay.
semantic feature? I am trying to solve the question, only the question. No, the exercise. What is a semantic feature for you?
Characteristics.
A characteristic. Okay, let's talk about something here. Give me a noun. A noun.
Dog.
Okay,
Cell
dog.
phone.
Very good. Dog. It's easy. Now, we are going to write the characteristics of dog. What is a dog?
Four legs.
Animal. Animal.
Animal.
Four
What
legs.
else? Four legs.
Pet.
Tail.
Mammal.
Pet.
I think that is left. Let's see. Sorry?
Pet.
It's a mammal animal.
Mammal. Who says pet? Okay, what else?
Hairy.
Hairy. Okay, what else?
Friendly.
Could be bark or affectionate.
Friendly. Okay. Bark. Okay, so far, these characteristics. Pay attention to your characteristics. This is very interesting. This is the first time I do this with my students, but I found this very, very interesting. Pay attention to this. Okay. We are going to think about the category dog. Okay? Everybody has a dog in your head as a referent. Yes?
Yeah.
So we have established here that it is a reference. So your dog maybe is hairy, but I have a question. Every single dog is hairy?
Not necessarily.
No.
No, it's not
Okay.
yet.
Okay. So maybe this characteristic is not that general, right? Another question. Every single dog is friendly?
Friendly, no.
No.
No. Every
Every
single
single
dog is
is
a
an
pet?
animal.
No.
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 Right? Every single dog is a mammal?
Yes.
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 Every single dog is an animal?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Four-legged?
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
It depends, teacher.
If it
With the
depends,
formation.
if it
After an
depends,
accident.
yes.
Yes.
If it depends, it is not. Okay?
Okay.
So give me another characteristic of the dog that is general.
General.
Vertebrate.
Sorry?
Vertebrate. I don't know how you pronounce.
I don't understand.
Bark.
Right.
Write it on the chat.
Vertebrate.
Ah, okay, yes, okay.
Vertebrate.
Vertebrate, yes. Yeah, that's true, right? Every single animal, and we can say that the semantic feature is that a dog is plus animal, plus mammal, plus vertebrate. Every single dog, okay? Every single dog. And when we have here every single dog, then we have the prototype. Let me see. Let me see. Okay, sorry. Now, what it is not a dog?
Human.
Very good. So minus human. What else?
A bird.
Invertebrate.
Invertebrate. Minus bird. Very good. What else? Can say minus fish as well. Yeah? So these things here are semantic features. Yeah? That's what we call semantic features. A semantic feature can be positive or a semantic feature can be negative. Yeah? So if you pay attention to these, here we have three. Niece, daughter, sister. Non, woman, girl. And we says features. What semantic features property differentiates the following set of nouns? Yep. So let's try to do this the first one. Only the first one.
Thank you.
Only
And
the
the last
first one.
one.
Only the first one.
To the last one.
And the last one. No. So what is it in common in everyone?
They are female.
Are
We are
female.
Female.
Okay. Very good. Let me see. Wait a moment. Sorry. I'm going to do this like this. Right there. Anchor. Female. Okay, so every single one has a plus here. What else? What else is it is in common?
They are human.
Okay, very good. Human. So we can say, boom, where is plus, 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 plus? What else? Is there any other thing in common? Okay,
No.
let's think. These three ones. What is there in common?
Family members.
Very good.
Relatives.
Okay, relatives. I don't know if to write relative or family member. No, family member.
Both. Okay.
Yes, because it is like la categoría como que abarca más. Okay, so we can say that the first one, the three ones are,
Family.
and the other ones minus, right?
Mm,
Yes or no?
Yes.
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 So we started finding the differences. Any other category that has in these ones? something that it is in common?
Daughter. Oh, no, 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 sorry. No, 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 that is daughter.
Or something that it is in common in these three ones?
Single. Well, not necessarily.
Not necessarily,
No.
because we can say everything the same for everyone. Only for this one,
The non
maybe is the only one that it is 100% affirmative, but this one is plus or minus. It depends on the situation, right? Any other? What else? Another characteristic.
Well, that's really hard.
Yes, because I was thinking about the age,
have a
but the age
profession?
is not.
It's not common.
No, because it's woman.
No.
Okay, but
Profession, no, more.
let me
No.
see.
No. No, no, no. I
Give me a
wrong.
second. Give me a second.
Could be people, teacher.
Okay, why people is not correct, because everybody is a person. I mean, everybody is a human in here. Yes,
Ah,
right.
okay.
Okay, I was thinking, and I was asking to one of my colleagues here, but we cannot find uh, any other difference apart from this one. Just because this group is a group of girls or women who are part of family member. I mean, the nomination is that. Yeah, but I cannot find any other. But don't worry, if you don't find more, there is not any problem, right? The idea is to try to analyze as many characteristics that are in common and what is the one that makes them different.
Okay.
Yeah, I was thinking about the the profession. I would say, okay, let me see. I would say that if we write a profession here, maybe this is minus, 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 and this is plus.
Plus.
This is the only one, right? But it's the only one. So it doesn't make a difference between the two groups, but it makes a difference between this one and the rest with the semantic feature, right? Yeah. So is it clear more or less what the semantic feature is? It's
Yeah.
something that helps
Yes.
us to understand. Remember
But
that, sorry,
oh yes, I had a question. When we do this exercise, how many semantic features are we supposed to get?
as many as you can find,
Okay.
but try to,
Girl, woman, generic noun. no separando los dos grupos, sino los únicos dos propiamente genéricos es girl y woman. El resto, tanto non como todos los demás, tienen una carga semántica adicional a,
As a mujer.
a ser mujer.
but that's very complex. This is semantic. This is not that complex. Okay. Okay, thank you. Yes, okay. He was saying something, but here is not that complex that I want to do. Okay, I was answering the question Giancarlo asks. Uh, as many features as you can find, but always think if it is a feature or not. Yeah, if it is a feature that can be included in each one of the terms. Remember the example of the dog? There are some things that we cannot include because it is not general in the whole
Facial.
yes in the meaning of the word. It is not that general, right? So you have to start looking for those features that are really generally here. Let me see, I have a shot. I have a question. Okay, Arley, go ahead. Just open your your microphone.
So it means that for the point number one, we have to take one.
Sorry, Arley, I cannot
You
listen
can
very well.
hear.
I cannot listen very well. Could you please speak up?
Now, can you hear me?
No.
Now?
No.
No? My God.
No.
Yes, we can hear you, but not
Very
that
loud.
well.
Far away.
Try to raise the volume. Okay, now. Can you hear me now?
Yes, better.
Better.
Much
All right,
better.
thank you. I was asking that example for the point number one. So we have to make a chart like the one that you did there for every one of the letters, right? In order
I
to
will
set the
suggest,
categories.
yes, I will suggest that you can do that, yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
it is in order to find like the commonalities and the differences. It is easier for you to identify in this way what characteristics are shared and what characteristics are not shared by all the
Well, but
members of these groups.
maybe my question is that I mean the objective of the point number one is not to choose the option that has like more characteristics. It's just like
No,
classify the like the criteria, right?
it's just identify the semantic feature that make the two groups different.
All right.
That is the
So
objective of the point number one.
so in general would be like to make the chart for every one of the letters, right?
Yes, each group.
All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
it
Thank
will
you.
be
Thank you.
better. I mean, if you find
Okay.
another way, you can do it.
No,
But
that's
this is the
better.
suggestion. This is the
Yeah, yeah. Thank
suggestion.
you.
Okay, don't worry about that. Right? So the point number one is clear now, right? Any
Yes.
question?
No,
No.
teacher.
Sure? Okay. Right, good. Now, the point number two, I'm not going to help you. This is a riddle, so you have to answer. Just read.
The grandfather.
No, it is not. That's not the answer.
No.
No. You have
Ah,
to read
okay.
it very
What is
carefully
the relationship?
and pay
What
But
is
you
the
attention.
have
relation?
to write just a sentence in
Just a
order to
word.
a
You
word.
just need a word. Yes.
Okay.
And pay attention to this. Yes, because the question is what relation. Pay attention to
Relationship.
this. There is a difference between English and Spanish. Even in Spanish, it works. If you translate this into Spanish, it works as well. And the question is the same. Think about that. I'm not going to solve it. You can solve it. Okay? Here we have something. Number three has to do with sense. Something that you are going to study. But I mean, Do you find something about hyponyms?
Hyponyms
Hyponym,
is
yes,
general.
because there is something here and here. And
Hyponym
subordinate. Mm-hmm.
is when you speak about a word, for example, which includes another.
Give me an
Uh,
example.
for example, dog. Dog is a hyponymy because includes animal.
Okay, let me
Maybe with
see.
colors.
Sorry, I cannot listen.
Maybe with the colors, and you inside is a blue, red,
But what
yellow.
is the hyponym?
The name of the color.
Okay, let me give you
Red.
an example here.
Maybe something that is specific, that is not, or is the meaning
Relation.
is
Okay.
general.
Okay, we are talking about characteristics and we are going to talk about groups, sense, groups, right? So pay attention to this. We have here in red car, auto, automobile, machine, motor car. Yes, we have these words. And we can say that we have motor vehicle, automotive vehicle. There is a hyperonymy relationship because this motor vehicle means that the vehicle has a motor. And a vehicle that has a motor could be a car, automobile, or motor car.
It's
So
machine.
these groups, yes, and a machine has. Okay, if we understand machine as something that moves, this group that is in red belongs or is into this
Mhm.
group, right? So the example of Flor de Lis was good. Animal is
It's
in
hyperonymy.
here, is the hyperonym, and dog
Dog.
is the hyponym,
Hyponymy.
right? But okay, dog is not the hyponym. Dog is the hyponym is, for example, Chihuahua.
Oh yes, the race, of course.
The Rick.
Yes, right?
But
Or
it's the hyponym. But it's the hyponym of
dog.
dog hyponym for animal. The category animal, dog, chihuahua.
If we have dog, okay, I'm going to give you the example here. If we have this word dog, that is the word that we want to analyze, we can see that the hyperonym is
Dog,
animal
chihuahua.
or it could be mammal as well. This is the hyperonym because dog is contained in these categories.
Yes.
But if we want to talk about, so we have to see here hyperonym. This hyperonym. This hyperonym is also called okay, as in here superordinate. It's the same name. Okay.
Okay, okay. Hyperon
So
equals super.
hyperonym is the same. Superordinate. So we can say that this one is the hyperonym. This one. And then from the dog we have Chihuahua. I don't know many breeds of dogs in English. Can you help me? Chow Chow.
German Shepherd.
Which one?
German
Jack
Shepherd.
Russell.
What is the first one? Name? I don't know.
How do you spell it?
Sheepdog.
Sheepdog?
No?
Oh, dog.
Yeah.
Shepherd dog. Sheepdog.
Shepherd.
Ovejero, ¿no?
Yes, 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 yes. Pero
It's German Shepherd.
a German.
German
Okay.
Shepherd.
Okay.
German.
Sorry, I couldn't listen very well. Right. El ovejero.
Rottweiler.
Jack Russell.
Sorry,
Jack
Rottweiler.
Russell.
Bulldog.
Jack Russell. ¿Cuál es ese?
Beagle.
Yes.
What is this one?
Beagle.
Double L
Beagle.
at the end.
Beagle.
Irish setter.
So forth.
Which one?
Irish setter.
Well, that's I never heard of that.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. I don't know anything about
Rottweiler.
that. Yes, Rottweiler and those kind
I
of dogs.
had
Okay.
Irish setter.
Irish?
Irish.
This one?
Yes, I had an Irish setter, teacher. It's
I
red.
don't know. I don't know,
Maybe.
man. I don't have any idea. I'm gonna have to look for the
It's
image.
gorgeous.
Oh, yes,
This
nice.
one. Yes.
Beautiful.
Gorgeous.
Let me see. I want to see the Jack Russell. Is this the name?
With double L at the end.
Ah, yes.
Jack Russell.
Okay.
Tampico's dog.
¿Tampicos?
El perrito de Tampico. De comercio.
Oh my goodness.
Interesting.
I like this kind of dog. It's very playful.
Yeah.
Okay, but anyway, you go into the bushes. Okay, you go around the bushes is the expression. This is
Hyperim.
no. I forgot the name.
Hyponym.
Hyponym. This one.
Hyponym.
This is the hyponym because this is contained on this, right? So if this is the word that I want to analyze, okay, I'm going to write. This is in another color. So if this is the word that I want to analyze, then I can find a hyperon, hyperonym or a subordinate or a hyponym. Yeah?
Yep.
Yes, both.
I got it.
But questions?
No.
That's clear?
It's clear.
Okay. And there is something also here that it is not in the workshop, but it is this one. So pay attention to this. A car, we have a car mirror, or a car door, or a bumper, or a car window. So these ones are parts. Yes, parts of this. And this is what we call
Metonym.
meronym. Meronym.
Mm-hmm.
Meronymous. Right? Meronymous. So, but we are going to focus only on the hyperonym and the hyponym. Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Very good. So you can solve this very easily now.
Yes.
Okay. Can you give me another example of hyperonym and hyponym?
About the difference of
Flowers. Flowers and type of flowers.
About polygons.
What? Flower.
Polygons is an
that would be the hyperonym.
What is the hyperonym of flower?
Flor de lis.
Flor de lis.
Yes, of course. Yes, isn't it a flower?
Yes, I know. But this is a hyperonym or hyponym?
Hyponym.
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 This is a hyponym. Very good.
Because it's a kind of flower.
Very good.
Rose.
Rose is a hyponym as well, right? So we can have rose. I don't know if it is correct in English to say lis, fleur de lis is flower, I think. I don't know.
Lovely.
I think that it is lis. I don't know. Espérate, lo buscamos.
It's fleur de lis. In English, it's written like if it was
with
French.
Yeah?
With this.
Yeah, it's like
Fleur de
this.
lis. Ah, yes.
Yes.
It's just
Fleur
one.
de lis.
Just one word.
It's just one word.
Flor de lis.
Yo pensé, estaba traduciendo, como todo lo traducimos.
Yeah.
Fleur de lis. Okay, interesting. Wow. Yeah, what else?
I don't say orquídea.
Daisy?
Orchid.
Okay, let me see. Orchid. Okay. What are the meronym?
Leaves.
Petal. Leaves? I don't know. A flower doesn't have leaves.
Shit.
Sorry?
Shit. No? Shits.
What is
Leaves or
that?
shit?
Steam.
Leaf or shits?
Steam.
What?
Stem.
Steam.
Stem.
Okay, what else?
Ah, okay.
No entendí el shit.
No, it wasn't this kind of shit.
Shit,
The
no.
another way.
Esa es otra hoja, okay?
Yes.
No. Okay, so what? Okay,
Pistil.
sorry? Pestle.
Pistil. Pestle. Okay.
Yes.
Pestle, okay, and so on and so forth. But do you find a
The
hyperonym?
hyperonym, it could be bloom
Bloom? Why?
because the flower blooms.
But that's an action.
Ah, okay.
That is not a noun. And we are here looking for nouns.
I think it's a plant. It's part of a plant.
Yeah, but part of the plant, no plant.
I think it's a category. Plants with flowers. I don't know.
Yes, and it is even more complex than that because you have to establish that not every plant, yes, as Giancarlo was saying, not every plant has flowers. This is something, right? So we can establish those kind of semantic relationships between the words. But I would say that a hyperonym could be part of the plant. This is the more appropriate. I will say that. That's the more appropriate. The hyperonym. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Any other question? We have here flower.
This category exists in English. It's called flowering plants.
Flowering plants.
Yeah, it's a category
Okay.
of plants in English.
But then I don't know, Giancarlo, because the category could be exist, flowering plants, but then flowering plants belongs to this one. And this is going to change. Yes, we can say that this one is going to be plant.
Yeah.
You understand why?
Yeah, because it's a category that it's way above flowering plants. It's
Very
just
good.
plants, any plant.
And the meronym here can be extended. So you can start talking about the
features.
The other kind of features that the plant has.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And even a meronym of this flowering plant could be flowers as itself. Yeah? Do you understand?
Yep.
Yes. So you see that semantics is very
Complex.
interesting because you can establish relationships, this kind of relationships, and you can start analyzing and increasing vocabulary, making semantic relationships with these things. So if we go for the flowering plants or the plants, we can have the flowering plants. I don't know if there is something like non-flowering plants, right? We can see, or we can have sea plants, or we can have, I don't know, different kind of plants. So we can establish more relationships, and the like the words that are derived from the words, the other words are going to increase. Yeah. So that is what semantic is for, to establish this kind of relationships. Complicated?
A little.
It could be tricky, but I think it's not.
Yes. Tricky could be,
We
but
have
you
to
have,
practice.
yes, and you have to be very careful with many things, right? Because as you said, it is tricky sometimes. Study. Arley says study. Okay, good. Good idea, Arley. There. Very good idea.
Good advice.
Yes, a good piece of advice. ¿Por qué advice no
So
puede
the
ir solo?
hyperonym,
¿Ah?
Because
What is the
advice,
hyperonym? ¿Por qué advice no puede ir solo? Y no puedo decir good advice.
because advice is not a noun. Maybe advice is the verb. Maybe like the noun would be like a suggestion.
With S and with C. Advice with it.
Well,
One is the verb,
advice is
the other is the
over,
noun.
and advice
Yes.
is the
One is the
the
noun,
way.
this is the verb, and this is the noun.
Yes.
But I can say advice as a noun. But
Because
why it is not correct to say
I have no idea.
Because
yeah,
the
I
word
know.
advice itself implies that it's something positive, that is good.
no?
Teacher, can you hear me?
Not necessarily. Yes,
The
Arley.
latter is about
It
I'm
is
gonna give you an advice.
because
Advice.
advice is not countable.
Very good.
Okay.
Advice is not countable. You cannot say advices. You have to use
An advice. Like
sorry.
a bread.
Good piece
It's
of
the same
advice.
thing like if you're gonna say I have a cake. You may not say that because
No,
it is countable.
Good piece of advice.
a
Good
piece of advice. Yes, this is the expression that you use with advice. Piece of advice. So if you are going to ask for advice, you say, "Can you give me a piece of advice about this?" Yes, you cannot say, "Can you give me an advice for this?" Right? Or you can use the verb. Can you advise about this?
With it.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I learned a new thing today.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, remember, I am kind of freak, so I'm going to correct from time to time some things. Just because I try to show you that I like analyzing the language as well. Okay? And I try to think on the language. Okay, if you don't have any other question, I'm going to invite you to continue analyzing the text here. This beautiful workshop. This is very entertaining. And try to find what other kind of things, right? So here we are going to find something like stereotype, prototype, Stereotype. Sorry.
Stereotype.
Stereotype. Prototypical. Right? There are 3 categories that we can give in reference. Yeah. As we are studying this week sense, these are the 2 topics. Remember, sense and reference. Those are the 2 things that we are studying. Yeah. So as homework, you have to look for the 3 here, the 3 ones here. Let me see. I cannot see the chat. Teacher, the hyperonymy always has to be a noun. I think so, Francisco. I was thinking about verbs, but verbs cannot be. No. And I was thinking about adjectives, but the only adjective that I can say that has a hyperonym or hyperonym are the colors, right? So we can say like blue, the hyperonym is color, and the hyponym are navy blue or sea blue or whatever of those kind of blues that exist, right? But I
Okay.
don't know if there is any other adjective that we can do this kind of relation, right?
Okay, teacher.
I'm not
Teacher,
sure.
but excuse me, teacher, but I had a question about the point number 3.
The point number
Said
3.
provide 3 hyponyms for each of the following verbs. If the question is, or if
Yes, following verbs.
provide hyponyms is because of walk is an hyperonym. Well, I don't know. In that case, what happened?
No, you can give the hyponym then to the verbs by trying to explain like
The
what
same action, like
happens.
a synonym?
No, because the synonym is not a hyponym.
Yes, I
Synonym
know,
is
but
synonym. But for example, if you're thinking about walk, you can think about step. Yes?
okay.
Yes.
Step is part of walk. You see?
Yes, yes, but in that case, what is the function of the walk? What is the function?
The function.
See, that is not a hyponyms, right? What is? What is walk? What is talk?
Verbs.
Yes, verbs, but I don't know. For example, when you say animal is the hyperonym, right?
Okay.
And
This
the
is going to
hyponym
be
is dog.
This is going to
My
be.
question. Yes,
This is
go
going
ahead.
to be the sema. Okay, lo que llamamos el sema. Por eso se llama semantics. The sema. That it is like the category, the minimal category, right? It could have a hyperonym. That this is a verb. The hyperonym of walk is a verb, and the hyperonym of talk is a verb. But the hyponym of walk then is every single action, because they have to be verbs as well, that can be included into talk or into
So,
walk.
about the answer, about the question of my partner is always a hyperonym is a noun.
No. Then my answer is no.
Okay. We can find a
I
verb
have
like
one for
hyperonym.
walk could be like step, like I mean write the word step, but to step, like step as a verb as well. In order to walk, you need to give steps, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
Move.
Move. Could be. Right.
Okay, I get it.
And you need another one. So try to think on those
Yes,
little, little action that implies in the other one. I can give you one, for example, for talk. Yes, pronounce or articulate.
Articulate, yeah.
Yeah. This could be hyponyms. Yep.
Yep.
Okay, guys. So I think that we are going to stop the class right now. I have to apologize for the video of the previous class because I didn't notice that the system has some, this Zoom has some settings. I used to have another kind of, okay, I used to use some Zoom from my computer, but when I started using Zoom, the program Zoom here, and from the platform, the settings were different and I didn't pay attention to that the first class. So the class was not recorded. Okay, sorry for that. But this class is recorded, is being recorded. So I'm going to upload the class just here in this part. Okay, I'm going to write something here like the recordings and I'm going to start uploading the videos, the links, because I have to put it in YouTube. Okay.
Okay.
So everybody can listen to me. My beautiful voice is going to be all around the world. Imagine. I'm going to be famous. I'm going to become a very famous YouTuber. Okay. But okay. No problem with that. So thank you very much for attending the class. I don't know if you have any other question, any kind of comment or adopt that
I
maybe
might
you
have
can share.
I might have one or maybe two. The
Okay.
first one has to do with the activity 2.1 form. It says that we need to post a comment and answer to two posts, but I don't see like the forum is open yet. So I don't know if
Oh, really? Let me see.
yeah, it's an activity 2.1 forum discussion about
This one.
reference. And it says add a new discussion topic. Should we click on that one and start like writing in there, or because I'm not sure if that's the one where we should.
This one. Follow the instruction. Well,
Yeah.
pause your answer to the question. So you have to start the discussion if it is possible.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes, let me check. Please, let's check if you have the chance to check if you can add a discussion.
Yeah, it's allowing me now. I didn't have it like before, but right now, now that I entered, it says that it will allow me to do that. So yeah.
Okay, so you can add a discussion topic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's for this week, right?
Yes, this is the thing that you have to do for this week.
All
Right?
right. Okay. And well, the second question had to do with well, like I couldn't be at the first session because I was thinking that we will only have encounters on Thursday, so I accepted to play.
Yeah,
And
but we have to make an agreement last class because there are some students who have class also on Thursday. So in order to balance like the classes, I asked, we decided to mix like the schedule. Some weeks are going to be Monday, as Flor de Lis is saying, and some weeks the classes are going to be on Thursdays, right?
okay.
So it is just because of that. As if you have problems attending Mondays, let me know, and we can do the same with, yes, because it is going to be fair. It is not going to be fair if I don't allow you to be in one of the other session. Yep.
Okay.
And why did we started last class on Monday? Because last Thursday I had something to do, and I had and I couldn't attend the class, right? Just because of that. The next class is 17th. That is a Thursday. Just because, sorry. Here, this one is Monday.
Because it's holiday.
It's a holiday, yes. So you can take that time to do all your homework. Yeah, don't rest, do homework.
No, I sure won't.
Yeah, yes. Yes, promise.
The workshop.
The workshop, yes. You have to take the time to do the workshop, and holidays are especially made for that. Okay?
That is Monday, teacher.
Yes, yes. I was thinking on another thing. I was thinking on another thing, sorry. And this is on Monday too.
Monday too.
Yeah. So as you can see, we have 2 Thursdays, 2 Mondays, 2 Thursdays, and 1 Monday. Yep. So it is kind of balanced.
Okay, in case of in those cases with the Mondays, I mean, can I get a letter from work, and or what can I do in order to not be marked down on those days?
Yes, please send the letter.
Okay.
It is better for me. Also, I said no work reasons, but this is an exception, okay? Just because we did made an agreement before. Okay. Any other question, guys?
Teacher,
Yes.
with respect that the sense is clear, but it's possible one example for about reference.
Reference,
Yes.
but that is exactly what I want you to do. I want you to start exploring the concept. If you understand the concept, in the next session we can talk about that, and you can give me examples, because the idea is, okay, my idea always is that we are going to share here. I'm not going to teach you anything, but we are going to share, right? So I want you to go and explore a little bit, try to make some examples and bring those examples to the class, right? I am going to help you to understand something if you cannot understand, but I don't want to give you all the explanation, because it is going to be, that's not my idea of the class, right?
Okay,
For that
teacher.
reason, I'm not going to answer your question, just because of that. Yes?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, sorry. Sorry. Okay. Any other about the procedures or activities? Uh, any other thing to say or to ask?
No, teacher, thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for attending the class. See you next
Thank you, teacher.
Thursday. We are going to solve more questions. We are going to work on reference,
Yeah,
and we are going to explore a little more on sense. Yeah, you are exploring on sense.
yeah.
So keep on going. Keep on going. Okay. So thank you. See you on Wednesday. Let me see. 2 chats. Ha ha ha. Where? Okay. Arley is very funny. Good night. Good night, Arley. Have a good night. Everybody, if you live in Bogota, you can feel the cold of the night. It is
Oh,
raining
yes.
now again. So
Yes.
so go to go
It,
to
it, it
bed.
is it is raining cats and dogs.
Yes. And I am very far from home now. Yeah, so for that reason
Oh,
I'm sad.
Medellin is even cold today. This week is so terrible.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh
very
my
a lot
cold.
goodness.
of running is also terrible.
Sorry for that.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Thank you and goodbye.
Have a good night,
Goodbye,
everybody.
Okay.
teacher.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you, teacher.
Thank
Good
you.
night,
Bye.
I
everybody.
saw a chihuahua, Alejandro. What do you mean? Alejandro is very... Okay, Alejandro.
Great.
Bye,
Raining
Alejandro.
cats and dogs.
Ah, okay. I understood.
Okay, have a good night.
Yeah, okay, okay. I got it, I got it. Bye, 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 bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Good joke.
Good class, teacher. Thank you.
Bye.